You've been giving everything to everybody else, but when was the last time you gave everything to yourself? You've been showing up for your boss, showing up for your friends, showing up for your family, but when was the last time you showed up for you? Hear me clearly. You owe you, owe you, owe you. Not them, not the job, not the world. You owe yourself the best version of you. For too long, you've been putting yourself on the back burner, waiting on somebody else to come along and unlock your greatness, waiting on somebody else to see your value, waiting on somebody else to hand you the opportunity of a lifetime. But nobody is coming to save you. Ooh. Nobody's coming with the magic key. Nobody's coming with a miracle. It's on you. It has always been on you. And here's the truth you don't want to hear. The life you want, the goals you've been talking about, the dreams you've been holding inside. They don't care about your excuses. They don't care about your circumstances. They don't care about what happened to you. They only respond to one thing: action. And that action has to come from you. Not tomorrow, not next week. Right now, you've got to stop outsourcing your responsibility. Stop waiting on people to clap for you. Stop waiting on people to motivate you. Stop waiting on people to tell you you're enough. You've got to wake up and look in the mirror and say, I owe me my time. I owe me my time. I owe me my energy. I owe me my greatness. I owe me my success. I owe me my legacy. Because nobody else is going to pay that debt for you. The reason so many of you are stuck is because you're still paying everybody else first. You're paying your distractions. You're paying your fear. You're paying your doubts. You're paying your comfort zone. And at the end of the day, there's nothing left for you. That stops today. Starting right now, you collect what's yours. You take back your time. You take back your energy. You take back your focus. You take back your life because you owe you. Don't you dare settle. Don't you dare cheat yourself. Don't you dare stop short of what you know you're capable of. You sacrifice for everybody else. Now it's time to sacrifice for yourself. You've been loyal to everybody else. Now it's time to be loyal to yourself. You've been patient with everybody else. Now it's time to be patient, consistent, disciplined with yourself. When you wake up tomorrow, don't wake up for the world. Don't wake up for the job. Don't wake up just to survive. Wake up because you owe you. Wake up because your future deserves your best today. Wake up because your family needs to see what it looks like when you stop playing small and start honoring yourself. Wake up because your dreams have been waiting long enough. You owe you. And until you pay that debt in full, until you give yourself every ounce of effort, every drop of sweat, every second of focus, you'll never know what's truly possible for your life. Stop making excuses. Stop pointing fingers. Stop waiting. Own your life. Own your grind. Own your greatness. Own your greatness. You owe you. Listen to me. The biggest lie most people live by is this, that somebody else is coming to rescue them. Somebody else is going to see their talent, open the door and hand them success. Somebody else is going to believe in them so much that they finally get moved. Somebody else is going to swoop in with an opportunity, with money, with a shortcut, and fix their whole life. But I need you to hear me clearly. Nobody is coming. Nobody, the life you dream about, is not waiting in somebody else's hands. It's waiting in yours. Too many of you are sitting still because you keep hoping that the world is going to give you a sign. You're waiting for the perfect coach, the perfect mentor, the perfect moment. You're waiting on your boss to see how hard you're working. You're waiting on your family to support your vision. You're waiting on your friends to hype you up. You're waiting on the universe to make it easy. But while you wait, your life is passing you by. While you wait, your dreams are gathering dust. While you wait, somebody else, somebody just like you, is out there grinding, moving, making it happen without waiting on anybody. You've got to stop living like rescue is on the way. This isn't a movie. There is no superhero flying in to fix it for you. There's no genie in a bottle granting you 3 wishes. There is no golden ticket that's just going to appear in your mailbox. All you have is you, your work, your grind, your discipline, your hunger, your sacrifice. That's it. And the moment you stop waiting on others and start moving for yourself, that's the moment your life begins to change. Let's be real. The reason you keep waiting in is because it feels safer. Waiting gives you an excuse. Waiting allows you to say, I could be great, but I just don't have the right support right now. Waiting lets you stay comfortable because if you never start, you never fail. But waiting is costing you everything. Waiting is robbing you of your future. Waiting is the slowest form of suicide because every day you wait, you kill a little more of the dream inside you. Nobody is supposed to believe in your dream more than you. Nobody is supposed to want it more than you. Nobody is supposed to care more than you. And if you're sitting around waiting on other people to validate you, you'll be waiting until your last breath. Because here's the truth. People are too busy fighting for their own lives to stop and fight for yours. And the ones who do care, the ones who do love you, they can only cheer for you, but they can't run the race for you. That's on you. Think about it. Every success story you admire, every champion you look up to, every entrepreneur, athlete, leader, or creator that inspires you, not a single one of them got there because somebody came to save them. They didn't sit around waiting for the perfect moment. They moved, they risked, they sacrificed, they went out and claimed what was theirs. They had people doubt them, reject them, laugh at them, and still they moved. Still they worked, still they built. That's the only way. You've been waiting for approval. You've been waiting for recognition. You've been waiting for resources. You've been waiting for confidence. But here's the hard truth. If you don't move without those things, you'll never have them. You don't get confidence by waiting for it. You get confidence by acting scared and building yourself up through repetition. You don't get resources by waiting for them. You get resources by being resourceful, by working with what you got until more comes. You don't get approval by sitting still. You get it by proving yourself over and over to the only person that really matters, you. Every day you wake up and wait, you're losing time you can't get back. You're burning daylight. You're letting opportunities pass that will never return. Waiting is not neutral, it's destructive. You've got to stop lying to yourself that a someday is coming. Someday isn't on the calendar. Someday is a myth. The only real day you got is today, right now, this moment. I know it's scary to move on your own. I know it feels overwhelming to take full responsibility for your life. But let me flip it for you. Isn't it scarier to live the rest of your life knowing you could have been more? Isn't it scarier to one day look in the mirror and realize you never tried? Isn't it scarier to admit that you let your fear of failure rob you of the life you could have had? That's the real fear. That's the real nightmare. And that's exactly where you're headed if you keep waiting on other people. Nobody is coming, and that's not bad news. That's good news, because if nobody is coming, that means you don't have to wait anymore. That means you don't need permission. That means you don't have to sit around hoping someone sees your value. You already have everything you need to begin. You already have the gift. You already have the vision. You already have the fire inside of you. The only thing missing is your decision to stop waiting and start moving. The moment you realize you're the hero of your own story, you stop living like a victim. You stop making excuses. You stop handing your power away to other people, and you start taking control. You start writing your own chapter. You start owning your grind, your focus, your future. That's the day everything shifts. Nobody is coming to wake you up in the morning. That alarm clock is your responsibility. Nobody is coming to push you to study, to practice, to build, to create. That's on you. Nobody is coming to knock on your door and say, I believe in your dream more than you do. So let me carry you to the finish line. That doesn't exist. The only person that can do that is you. And when you finally embrace that, when you stop waiting, when you stop hoping, when you stop expecting, you will discover a freedom you've never felt before, because you'll realize you've had the power the whole time. You've been sitting in the driver's seat, but you've been waiting for someone else to grab the wheel. It's time to grab it yourself. Nobody is coming, and that's okay, because you don't need them. You got everything you need right inside of you. Stop waiting for rescue. Be your own rescue. Stop waiting for a savior. Be your own savior. Stop waiting for a chance. Make your own chance. Stop waiting for permission. Write your own permission slip. Every second you spend waiting is a second you'll never get back. So today, right now, this moment, you make a decision. No more waiting. No more excuses. No more delays. You will no longer live as if somebody else holds the key to your life. You hold it. You always have. It's time to turn it. It's time to move. It's time to act. Nobody is coming, so it's on you. And the best part, that means you're in control. That means your future is in your hands. That means your story is waiting for you to write it. So stop waiting. Start moving. Stop dreaming. Stop dreaming. Stop hoping. Start grinding. Nobody is coming to save you because you are always the one who was meant to save yourself. Most of you wake up every single day already in debt to everybody else. Before your feet even hit the ground, you're already thinking about who you got to answer to, who you got to please, who you got to show up for. You give your boss the best of your energy. You give your friends your time. You give your distractions your focus. You give your fears your mental space. And then when it comes to you, when it comes to your dreams, your goals, your future, you've got nothing left in the tank. You've paid everybody else first, and by the time it's your turn, you're bankrupt. Listen to me. You will never build the life you want if you keep putting yourself last. You've got to flip the order. You've got to start paying yourself first. Your time, your energy, your focus, they belong to you before they belong to anyone else. And if you don't claim them, somebody else will. Think about it. Every single day, somebody is pulling at you. The job is pulling. The bills are pulling. The family's pulling. Social media is pulling. Social media. The world is pulling. And if you're not careful, you'll spend your entire life reacting to everyone else's demands while your own vision dies in the background. That's not living. That's slavery to everything except your purpose. Paying yourself first doesn't mean being selfish. It means being strategic. It means recognizing that if you don't invest in yourself, you won't have anything of real value to give to others. You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't lead from a place of weakness. You can't inspire from a place of burnout. The greatest gift you can give to the people around you is the strongest, most disciplined, most fulfilled version of yourself. But you don't get that version by accident. You get it by paying yourself first. When you wake up in the morning, before you check your phone, before you scroll, before you answer emails, before you give the world your attention, you've got to give it to yourself. Read, meditate, pray, work out, write, build, study, plan. Do something that feeds your spirit, fuels your vision, sharpens your mind, strengthens your body. Strengthens your body. Because if you don't, you'll step into the world already drained, already distracted, already behind. And the world doesn't care that you're tired. It'll keep demanding more until you've got nothing left. You got to stop treating your dream like leftovers. You give the world your prime energy, your sharpest hours, your freshest thoughts, your strongest focus. And then at the end of the day, when you're exhausted, when you're drained, when you've got nothing left, you throw your dream whatever scraps remain. And then you wonder why it's not growing. You wonder why nothing's happening. How could it? You're feeding your dream scraps while feeding everything else feast. Start paying yourself first. If that means waking up an hour earlier, then wake up. If that means saying no to distractions, then say no. If that means shutting down the noise so you can focus, then shut it down. Your life depends on this. Because nobody's going to value your time and energy more than you do. If you keep giving it away freely, they'll keep taking it freely. You've got to protect it. You've got to guard it like it's treasure, because it is. Every success story you admire is built on this principle. The rider who wakes up before sunrise to right before their kids wake up. The athlete who trains when nobody's watching. The entrepreneur who works on their vision before going to their 9 to 5. The student who studies in silence while everyone else is partying. They didn't wait until they had free time left over. They created time. They paid themselves first. And that investment multiplied. Think about it in financial terms. If every time you got paid, you spend your whole check on bills, debts, and other people, and then at the end of the month said, whatever's left, I'll save it. How much would you have? Nothing. Because there's never anything left. That's how most people live their entire lives with their time and energy. They pay everybody else first and hope there's something left for themselves. But just like money, if you don't save and invest first, you'll always end up broke. Your energy is your currency. Your focus is your currency. Your time is your currency. And if you don't invest in yourself first, you will stay broke in your spirit, broke in your discipline, broke in your future. You've got to make a non-negotiable rule. I pay me first. That means some people are going to be mad. That means some people are going to call you selfish. That means some people are going to say you've changed. Good, because you have. You stop living as if everybody else's needs matter more than your destiny. You stop draining yourself dry just to keep others comfortable. You stop living on empty just so others can stay full. And let me tell you something. The people who truly love you, the people who truly care about you, they don't want the tired, half-present, burned out version of you. They want the best version of you. They want the best version of you. And the only way to give them that version is to invest in yourself first. So tomorrow morning when that alarm goes off, don't roll over and hit snooze. Get up, pay yourself, put in work to a dream before you give the world your time. Open that book, write that page, do those push-ups, record that video, study that subject, build that business, do something for your future self. Pay yourself before you pay anyone else. Because here's the reality. The world will take everything you give it. It will take your time, your attention, your energy, your spirit. It will drain you dry if you let it. But the world will never turn around and say, hey, you've given me enough. Now go focus on your dream. That's not how it works. You've got to claim that for yourself. You got to decide that no matter what's going, no matter what the world demands, no matter how busy life gets, you are non-negotiable. Your dream is non-negotiable. Your purpose is non-negotiable. Your purpose is non-negotiable. And here's the beautiful part. When you finally start paying yourself first, everything else in your life gets better. You'll have more energy for your job. You'll have more patience for your family. You'll have more clarity in your decisions. You'll have more strength to face challenges because you'll no longer be living from a place of empty. You'll be living from a place of overflow. So the next time you feel guilty for taking time for yourself, remember this: you can't give what you don't have. And the world doesn't need the tired, distracted, unfocused version of you. The world needs the powerful, disciplined, purposeful version of you. And that version only shows up when you make yourself the priority. Pay yourself first, not when it's convenient, not when there's time left over, not someday, every single day. Because your time is too valuable, your energy is too precious, and your focus is too rare to keep giving it away for free. Your dream deserves the best of you, not the leftovers. And if you don't claim it now, you'll look back one day and realize you built everybody else's dream while your own died inside of you. Don't let that be your story. Protect your time, guard your energy, focus your mind, invest in yourself. Pay yourself first because you are the most important investment you'll ever make. Everybody's got an excuse. Everybody's got a story. Everybody's got a reason why they can't. And if I gave each of you a microphone right now, you could spend the next 5 hours telling me why your life is the way it is, why you're not where you want to be, why it's so much harder for you than it is for somebody else. You could convince me with passion, with detail, with tears in your eyes. And I listen. I'd understand. But when you're done, when you've said it all, when you've laid out every excuse you've got, do you know what would change? Nothing. Not a single thing in your life would move forward because excuses don't produce results. Action does. Excuses don't pay bills. Excuses don't pay bills. Excuses don't build businesses. Excuses don't get degrees. Excuses don't make you stronger, smarter, better, faster. Excuses don't put food on the table. Excuses don't break generational curses. Excuses don't turn your dream into reality. Excuses don't do anything but make you feel comfortable staying exactly where you are. I need you to hear me. The world doesn't care about your excuses. Life doesn't care about your excuses. Your competition doesn't care about your excuses. The clock doesn't stop because you had a bad day. The bills don't pause because you're tired. The opportunity doesn't wait because you're not ready. The dream doesn't say, take your time. I'll still be here when you feel like chasing me. No, life keeps moving. Opportunities keep passing. And the only thing that changes your situation is not what you say, not what you explain, not what you justify. It's what you do. Some of you are experts in excuses. You mastered the art of explaining why it's not your fault, why it's too late, why it's too early, why you're too young, why you're too young, why you're too old, why you're not educated enough, why you're overqualified, why you don't have time, why you've got too much going on. You build a whole case defending your limitations. And the more you defend them, the more you live trapped inside them. Because whatever excuse you keep telling yourself, you start believing it. And once you believe it, you stop fighting it. You let it own you. But here's the truth. Excuses are nothing but dressed up lies. Lies you tell yourself to protect your comfort. Lies you tell yourself to avoid the pain of growth. Lies you tell yourself so you can look in the mirror without feeling guilty about not moving. But no matter how pretty you dress it up, no matter how convincing it sounds, a lie is still a lie. And the only way to break free from it is to confront it with action. Action is the only thing that tells the truth. You say you want to be fit, your action proves if that's true. You say you want to be successful, your action shows me if that's real. You say you want to be free, wealthy, respected, legendary. I don't need to hear your words. I just need to see your grind. Because action doesn't lie. Excuses do. And here's the thing. Action doesn't care about conditions. Action doesn't need perfect timing. Action doesn't need permission. Action doesn't need all the resources lined up. Action just needs you to move. And when you move, even if it's small, even if it's clumsy, even if it's ugly, you create momentum. And momentum creates opportunity, and opportunities create results. But none of it happens if you're still sitting there polishing up excuses. Let me give it to you straight. Life will always give you a reason to quit. Always. There will always be a storm, a challenge, a hardship, a setback. Always. If you're waiting for the perfect day, the easy season, the moment when all the conditions align, you'll be waiting forever. The difference between winners and losers is simple. Losers find an excuse to stop. Winners find a reason to keep going. You've got to decide which one you are. When it's raining, when you're tired, when you're broke, when nobody supports you, when everything feels unfair, do you stop and explain or do you grind anyway? Because the grind doesn't care how you feel. Success doesn't ask how your day went. Results don't care if you're motivated. They only care if you showed up and did the work. Think about the champions, the leaders, the legends you admire. Do you think their life was excuse-free? Do you think they had perfect conditions? Do you think everything lined up for them like magic? No, they had setbacks, rejections, failures, betrayals, losses. But the reason you know their name today is because they refused to let their excuses win. They showed up anyway. They acted anyway. They kept moving when everything in them said stop. You've got to make a decision today. My excuses will no longer run my life. My excuses will no longer hold me hostage. My excuses will no longer keep me from the future I deserve. From this day forward, the only thing that matters is action. I don't care if it's small. I don't care if it's messy. I don't care if it's scary. Move, act. Do something, because once you get into the habit of action, your excuses lose their power. At first, they'll scream loud. You can't do this. You're not ready. It's too hard. You're too tired. But if you move anyway, if you keep showing up, eventually the excuses get quiet. Eventually, action becomes the default. Eventually, results start stacking up, and those results fuel confidence, and that confidence fuels more action. And before you know it, you built a cycle of winning that no excuse can break. But it all starts with you. It starts with you making a decision right now that you're done giving your excuses power. That you're done letting your limitations speak louder than your dreams. That you're done talking about what you're going to do and you're ready to actually do it. So stop saying I'll try. Stop saying maybe tomorrow. Stop saying if only I had more time, more money, more support. Stop. Those words are poison. Replace them with action. Replace them with discipline. Replace them with daily relentless movement toward your goal. Because listen, excuses are free, but results are expensive. Excuses are easy, but results require sacrifice. Excuses keep you comfortable, but results demand discomfort. Excuses make you friends because everybody loves to complain together, but results make you different because not everybody is willing to pay the price. You've got to decide which life you want. Comfortable with excuses or uncomfortable with results. You can't have both. So the next time your mind starts offering you excuses, I'm tired, I'll do it later, I don't feel like it, it's not fair, if it's too hard, I want you to shut it down. I want you to say, excuses don't matter. Action does. And then move. Prove yourself wrong. Prove your excuse wrong. Prove your excuses wrong. Prove your doubt wrong. Show yourself what happens when you stop letting lies guide you and let action lead you. Excuses don't pay. Excuses don't produce. Excuses don't create. Excuses don't build. Excuses don't transform. Action does. And from this moment forward, the only thing that matters is what you do. So do it. Don't wait. Don't talk. Don't explain. Don't justify. Don't excuse. Just act, because your future doesn't care about your excuses. It only cares about your action. Motivation is good, but let's be real. Motivation is fickle. Motivation is emotional. Motivation comes and goes. Motivation depends on how you feel, on what's happening in your life, on whether things are going your way. And the truth is, if you live your life depending on motivation, you'll never reach your full potential. Because the days you need to show up the most are the exact days you won't feel like. The days that define your future are the days you're tired, the days you're frustrated, the days you're discouraged, the days you're unmotivated. That's when discipline takes over. Discipline is what separates the dreamers from the doers, the talkers from the achievers, the average from the great. Motivation is a spark, but discipline is the engine. Motivation will get you started, but discipline will keep you going. Anybody can start something when they're excited. Anybody can hit the gym on January 1st. Anybody can work on a business idea when inspiration strikes. Anybody can write down goals after watching a motivational video. That's easy. But discipline is what makes you show up on January when the excitement has worn off. Discipline is what makes you push through the days when the results aren't showing yet. Discipline is what makes you do the work when nobody's watching, when nobody's clapping, when nobody's posting about it. You got to stop relying on feelings and start building systems, because feelings are unreliable. Some mornings you'll wake up motivated. Some mornings you'll wake up drained. Some mornings you'll feel unstoppable. Some mornings you'll feel defeated before you even start. If your grind depends on how you feel, then your results will be inconsistent, and inconsistent results will never build greatness. Discipline is about making a decision that doesn't change based on mood. Discipline is about saying, this is who I am. This is what I do. And nothing changes that. Discipline is brushing your teeth every day. You don't wake up motivated to brush your teeth. You don't jump out of bed like, yes, toothpaste time. No, you just do it because it's what you do. And because you do it, you stay healthy, you stay clean, you stay presentable. That's discipline. And that same principle applies to every other area of your life. If you treat success like brushing your teeth, non-negotiable, automatic daily, then you'll reach levels that motivation alone will never take you to. Think about the people at the top of their game. Athletes, entrepreneurs, leaders, creators. You think they wake up motivated every single day? No. But they're disciplined every single day. They practice, they study, they train, they prepare, even when they don't feel like it. That's why they win. Because while everybody else is waiting for the right move, they're putting in the work. Discipline is the bridge between intention and execution. Everybody intends to be great. Everybody intends to be successful. Everybody intends to get fit, build well, achieve goals. But intention without discipline is just wishful thinking. Discipline turns intention into reality. Whoa. Discipline is the difference between saying, I want to write a book, and actually writing a book. It's the difference between saying, I want to start a business and actually launching one. It's the difference between saying, I want to lose weight and actually transforming your body. Discipline is what takes your dreams out of your head and builds them into the real world. Here's the truth. Discipline isn't sexy. Discipline isn't glamorous. Discipline isn't Instagram worthy. Discipline is early mornings. Discipline is late nights. Discipline is repetition. Discipline is saying no when everybody else is saying yes. Discipline is doing what has to be done, not what you feel like doing. But it's exactly those unglamorous, repetitive, ordinary moments that create extraordinary results. Some of you are waiting for motivation to come back before you move forward. You're waiting to feel inspired again. You're waiting to feel excited again. Stop waiting. Discipline doesn't need you to feel good. It just needs you to move. Discipline says, I don't care how I feel. I don't care if I'm tired. I don't care if I'm discouraged. I don't care if I'm not in the mood. I do it anyway. That's the mindset that builds consistency, and consistency compounds. Success isn't about one big moment. It's not about one big breakthrough, one big opportunity, one big day. Success is about showing up again and again and again until your small efforts add up to massive change. And the only way to keep showing up is discipline. Discipline keeps you steady when motivation fades. Discipline keeps you grounded when life gets chaotic. Discipline keeps you moving when everything in you wants to quit. And here's what most people don't realize. Discipline creates freedom. People think discipline is restrictive, that it's about rules and limits. No, discipline is what sets you free. Because once you master yourself, once you control your action, once you dictate your habits, nothing else controls you. You're not a slave to your feelings. You're not a prisoner of laziness. You're not held back by procrastination. You're free to build, free to grow, free to create. That's the paradox. Discipline feels hard in the moment, but it's the only thing that gives you long-term freedom. Look at your life right now, where you are as a result of your discipline or your lack of it. If your body isn't where you want it, check your discipline. If your bank account isn't where you want it, check your discipline. Motivation may have started you, but discipline, or the lack of it, is what kept you here. So here's the challenge. Stop chasing motivation and start building discipline. Stop waiting to feel like it and start doing it until it becomes automatic. Stop letting your emotions decide your actions. You don't need motivation to go to the gym. You need discipline. You don't need motivation to study. You need discipline. You don't need motivation to work on your dream after a long day. You need discipline. Motivation is optional. Discipline is mandatory. And don't get me wrong, motivation will come and go. You'll have days when you're fired up, days when you feel unstoppable. That's great. Use it. Ride that wave, but don't depend on it, because when the wave dies down, discipline is your surfboard. Discipline will keep you afloat when motivation disappears. The life you want isn't building moments of inspiration. It's building moments of discipline. The dream you're chasing won't come true because you felt good one day. It'll come true because you showed up on the days you didn't. Because you kept moving when it was boring. Because you kept working when nobody was watching. Because you kept grinding when motivation was gone. Discipline is the ultimate form of self-respect. It's you telling yourself, I am worthy of the effort. I am worthy of consistency. I am worthy of keeping promises to myself. Motivation might get you started because of excitement, but discipline keeps you going because of love. Love for yourself, love for yourself, love for your purpose. So the next time you wake up and you don't feel like it, remember, discipline doesn't care. Do it anyway. The next time your mind says, let's skip it today, remember, discipline doesn't negotiate. Do it anyway. The next time you want to quit because you're tired, remember, discipline is stronger than fatigue. Wait, motivation is temporary. Discipline is permanent. Motivation makes you feel good. Discipline makes you great. Motivation gives you moments. Discipline gives you legacy. Don't settle for being motivated. Commit to being disciplined, because discipline will take you places motivation can't. The grind doesn't lie. That's the first thing you need to understand. The grind is honest. The grind is real. The grind is pure. It doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about your dreams written on paper. So the grind only measures one thing, how much you've actually invested. And no matter how hard you try, no matter how clever you think you are, you can't cheat it, because the grind knows the truth. You can fool people. You can fool social media. You can fool your friends, your family, even yourself. You can talk like you're putting in the work. You can post like you're putting in the work. You can act like you're putting in the work. But when it's time for results, the truth always comes out. And the grind will expose you. If you've invested little, you'll get little. If you've invested halfway, you'll get halfway. If you've invested everything, you'll get everything. The grind always pays you back. Exactly what you've deposited, not a cent more. So many of you want to withdraw from an account you never deposited into. You want to reap a harvest from seeds you never planted. You want results that you didn't sweat for, sacrifice for, cry for, bleed for. But that's not how it works. The grind is like the most honest bank on earth. You can't fake deposits. You can't write a check you don't have funds for. You can't take shortcuts. If you want to cash out, you better put in the hours. That's why so many people get frustrated. They say, why isn't it happening for me? Why am I not successful yet? Why is it taking so long? And the answer is simple, because the grind knows what you've really given. You've given effort when it was convenient. You've given time when it fit your schedule. You've given energy when you felt good. But the grind doesn't measure convenience. It measures sacrifice. It doesn't measure what you do when it's easy. It measures what you do when it's hard. It doesn't measure what you gave on your best days. It measures what you gave on your worst days. That's the truth. You can't cheat late nights. You can't cheat early mornings. You can't cheat the sweat that drips when nobody's watching. You can't cheat the pain of pushing past your limits. You can't cheat the loneliness of working while everyone else is partying. You can't cheat the grind because the grind demands all of it, every ounce of discipline, every drop of consistency, every bit of heart you've got. And until you give it, the grind will hold your results hostage. I know some of you are tired of the process. You want it fast. You want it now. You want it easy. But hear me, shortcuts don't last. Even if you manage to cheat your way to a win, it won't stick. Because the grind is not just about results. It's about transformation. It's not just about what you get. It's about who you become. And if you skip the process, if you skip the pain, if you skip the sacrifice, you might hold the trophy for a second, but you won't have the strength to keep it. That's why people lose what they gain when they didn't earn it the right way, because the grind knows the grind is fair. That's the beautiful part. It doesn't play favorites. It doesn't care where you're from, what your background is, how much talent you were born with, who your parents are, or how much money is in your pocket. The grind doesn't care about any of that. The grind only asks one question: what did you put in? And the answer to that question decides everything. If you put in 50%, don't expect 100% back. If you show up 2 days a week, don't expect 7 days of results. If you work when you feel like it, don't expect consistent outcomes. But if you show up every day, if you give everything, if you keep pushing when it hurts, if you keep moving when you're tired, if you keep grinding when nobody's clapping, then the grind will pay you back with interest, not just in results, but in confidence, in strength, in character, in legacy. The grind is your greatest accountability partner. You don't need someone to remind you of what you did or didn't do. The grind will remind you. You'll see it in your bank account. You'll see it in your body. You'll see it in your grades. You'll see it in your grades. You'll see it in your relationship. You'll see it in your business. The grind keeps the receipts, and when it's time to collect, it hands you exactly what you earned. And I get it. Some of you are looking for hacks, looking for ways to skip steps, looking for magic formulas. Let me save you time. There's no hack for hard work. There's no replacement for discipline. There's no app that substitutes sweat. You can have the best tools, the best mentors, the best technology. But if you don't invest effort, you'll still lose, because the grind doesn't care about what you have. It cares about what you do with it. And every time you hit snooze, every time you skip a rep, every time you cut a corner, every time you lie to yourself, the grind is keeping track. And every time you push through, every time you say no to comfort, every time you stay locked in, every time you do it right, even when nobody's watching, the grind is keeping track too. And in the end, it all adds up. And when you stand in front of your results, you won't be surprised, because you'll know exactly what you put in. So the question is simple. Are you investing enough? Are you putting in enough to withdraw the future you want? Or are you trying to cheat the grind and hoping nobody notices? Because trust me, the grind notices, and the grind always wins. But here's the good news. The grind doesn't hold grudges. It doesn't care about yesterday. It doesn't care about last year. It doesn't care about how many times you failed before. It only cares about what you're willing to give today. That means you can start fresh right now. You can decide in this moment to stop cheating, to stop cutting corner, to stop halfway investing, and to go all in. And if you do, the grind will meet you there. The grind will pay you back. The grind will transform your life. So stop lying to yourself. Stop pretending you're working harder than you are. Stop trying to post results you haven't earned. Stop waiting for success to knock on your door when you haven't even put in the address. The grind is waiting. The grind is honest. The grind is ready to pay out, but you've got to pay the price, because you can't cheat the grind. It knows how much you've invested, and it will always give you back exactly what you deserve. So decide today, am I going to keep trying to fool the grind, or am I finally going to put in the work to earn everything I say I want? The choice is yours. But remember, the grind is watching. Your future self is depending on you right now. The person you're going to become, the life you're going to live, the success you're going to experience, the doors that are going to open, all of that is being built in this moment. Every choice you make today is either feeding your future or starving it. And too many of you are living like today doesn't matter, like you've got endless time, like somehow the future will magically figure itself out. No, your future self is crying out to you, begging you to show up today. Because what you do today creates who you are tomorrow. You got to understand something. The future doesn't just happen. It doesn't appear out of thin air. It doesn't come because you hoped for it, dreamed about it, or wished it into existence. Picture that version of yourself. Successful, confident, fulfilled, respected, free. That person doesn't come out of nowhere. That person is the result of the grind you put in every single day between now and then. And here's the part that should heal. That version of you is counting on you, and they're waiting for you to put down the excuses. They're waiting for you to push through the pain. They're waiting for you to stop procrastinating. They're waiting for you to sacrifice now so they can live better later. But now near. Imagine 5 years from now, standing face to face with the version of you that didn't show up. The version that hit snooze. The version that cut corners. The version that said, I'll do it tomorrow. Imagine looking at them and realizing you let yourself down. That's the pain too many people live with. Regret because they didn't respect today enough. Regret because they thought they had more time. Regret because they ignored the cries of their future self and gave in to comfort in the moment. But imagine the opposite. Imagine standing face to face with the version of you that did show up. The version that gave everything. The version that didn't let excuses win. The version that made the hard choices. The version that showed up day after day, even when it hurt. Imagine looking at them and realizing you kept your promise. That's pride. That's fulfillment. That's legacy. And the only difference between those two futures is what you decide to do today. The problem is most people can't see far enough ahead. They're too focused on the moment. They're chasing comfort, chasing pleasure, chasing easy wins, not realizing that every time they take the easy road, they're making the future harder. Every time you give in to laziness, you're handing your future self another obstacle. Every time you say, I'll do it tomorrow, you're stacking debt that your future self will have to pay. Every time you waste an opportunity, you're stealing from your own destiny, you're robbing yourself. But when you show up today, even in small ways, you're giving your future self a gift. Every workout is a gift to your health 5 years from now. Every hour you study is a gift to your opportunities. Every dollar you save is a gift to your financial freedom. Every page you write is a gift to your finished book. Every call you make is a gift to your business growth. Every disciplined choice is a gift to the life you dream about. Your future self is begging for those gifts because those small acts stack up into a future that's unshakable. And let me be real with you. The future is not promised. Time is not guaranteed. None of us know how many days we have left. So why are you wasting the one you got? Why are you acting like you can afford to lose today? You can't. Every wasted day is a piece of your future that dies. Every wasted day is an opportunity you'll never get back. That's why your future self is screaming at you. Show up today and stop playing small. Stop waiting. Stop holding back. Give me something to work with. You don't need to wait for the perfect time. You don't need to wait until you feel ready. You don't need to wait for all the stars to align. The perfect time is now. The only time you can touch, the only time you can use, the only time you actually own is today. Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow is a maybe. Today is everything. And if you don't respect today, you'll never see the tomorrow you're dreaming about. This isn't about pressure. This is about responsibility. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to the people who believe in you. You owe it to the people who sacrificed for you. You owe it to the younger version of you who dreamed of this moment. You owe it to the older version of you who's counting on you. Don't quit on him. Don't betray them. Don't let them down. Because when you show up today, you're not just changing your own future. You're changing the future for everyone connected to you, your family, your kids, your community, your legacy. There are people you haven't even met yet whose lives will be better because you chose to grind today. That's how powerful your daily choices are. The future is begging you to recognize that power. And listen, showing up doesn't always mean big dramatic moves.